Hello and welcome to ET Garage. Today's video is about getting this stuff all back together. Okay, for those who haven't been following, this clip here holds this gear on the output shaft of the transmission, which goes through here and out here to the drive shaft. And the reason I'm doing all this is the speedometer stopped working. But anyway, it stopped working because this gear slid forward on the shaft due to this clip that has a little tab that's supposed to stick out here that broke, and it slid forward. So I am going to replace that, which this is the old one. The new one and a new clip will be here this afternoon. And I'm also going to replace the old sensor. This original sensor, even though it works, has almost 248,000 miles. It goes in here, of course, with the green gear here, which mates with that gear, like that. I'm sorry. Yeah. And basically, this sits in here on the tail shift housing, and that goes there. And one thing I forgot to mention in the last video is there's a little spacer under this tab. When this is all pushed in, that spacer goes there and the bolt goes there. And I am replacing it with a newer style, or the only style you can get actually, because they don't make that one anymore. So what they do is they have this one that's adapted that you can buy on eBay. That'll pop in there like that with the green gear on it, of course. And because this sits flush, you either need to shorten this bolt, use a shorter bolt, or you just take that spacer, put it on top. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put it on top. This way I always know where that is in case I ever need it. And that will all go in there after I get this tail shaft on. But before I put the tail shaft on, I got to get this gear, the new one, when it shows up, and a new clip, and get that on the shaft and get this all back together. Then the Corvette should be back on the road again. Hold tight, we'll get it when that piece shows up. We'll get into the car and get everything back together. Okay, as you can see, it's on the ground and ready to go. I did get everything together. Everything went together smoothly. I tried to get footage of me putting the gear back on the output shaft. The new one just slid right on, and the little clip that came with it, that clipped right in place, and it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Let's put it that way. Let's hope it doesn't. And I did test it. Well, it was up on jack stands, and all I did was I just rolled the rear wheel by hand, and I got it up to 1 mile per hour. I watched it on the speedometer, so I'll go out and road test it to make sure. You can test it while it's on jack stands. The factory service manual gives a warning though that you're supposed to support the rear suspension you're supposed to support it by the suspension and not the frame, and that's so you don't have the half shafts on a severe angle. They say you can damage it that way, but I've done it that way, supported it by the frames, and ran the rear wheels that way without damaging anything. The trick is not to rev it up to 100 miles an hour. Yeah, if you do that, I guarantee you'll probably damage, or the thing will fall off jack stands and you'll end up going through your garage wall or something. So don't do it that way. It's perfectly fine to run it while it's on jack stands. So yeah, like I said, go 100 miles an hour with it while it's on jack stands. That being said, I did upgrade the injectors while I was waiting on the parts, so I got to go out and data log and all that stuff. I'm not going to do a video on that. If you want, you can check out my, I have a playlist. Go to my YouTube homepage. I have a playlist on OBD1 tuning and data logging and all that stuff. And I got to get that done, and who knows what will happen next. I'm sure something like this little clip or this gear or something will go bad again in the future. So I'm sure I'll have another video up on something, but anyway, I'm glad it's back together just in time for the 4th of July weekend 2023. So I want everybody to have a great weekend and have a great day, and God bless.